Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And if I may say in the immortal words of Digital Underground, alright, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Crimson, Catonius, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have critical decisions to make here in RimWorld. Critical decisions, which is, do we stay here and continue to penetrate? Yeah, I said penetrate, and I don't apologize for it. Penetrate the compound here, or do we just flatly bugger off and go on towards the end game because we don't need this anymore? The whole point of this was to just knock down one more mini quest so we could move on to the end game, but the end game has been presented to us. We know where the mech hive is. So my inclination, Martin, welcome, welcome, my inclination, my idea, my thought process is to just leave and continue to move towards what is, one would understand, the end game, and just get this moving along. I think that's probably what we're going to do. Stephen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to keep getting us all tooled up here. We're working on the armor. We may work on some better weapons. I'm not really sure what those would be. Maybe an EMP launcher of some kind. Maybe do we do EMP grenades? Is that a thing that actually exists? I have shells, not so much with the. I have an EMP launcher. Could make that. That would not be the worst idea. That does kind of limit to somebody to just doing EMP shots during combat. We'll have a little think about that. But my first initial think is, let's just go. There's no particular reason for us to stay here. We could just go somewhere else. I think this is a 2-hop gig. So we got to get over here with the sweaty Henbarium, which is a very exciting place to live. We got to get sort of in this neck of the woods because the mech hive is above this. So we've got to get down there. That's probably a minimum of 2 hops to get over there. So I'd kind of like to get going now. I can't find a reason to stick around and go through this compound. I don't feel I have enough coffee in my face. Hang on one second. Oh God, I needed that. I may need more momentarily. I don't need a bigger ship. I don't need more ship. I mean, I've got 40 more panels I can put onto this one, and I'll probably devote those entirely to turrets. Because the outside turret gig is working out great. Oh, sure, they explode and damage my ship. But the rest of it is working out real good. So I think that's the move. I think we're just going to leave and say we will address nothing at another point. I'd like to say we'll come back here and deal with this later, but we won't. We simply won't do that. So I think what we're going to do is deconstruct my geothermal here. May as well get a few things out of that. And then just plow right on out of here. Syrincha, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just plow right on out of here. We'll leave all the crops. Wait, colonist seed rescue whom? Izumi? The heck is your problem? Oh, it's the food poisoning. Yeah, no, that is going to be an issue. No lie there. Igor, I know you're enchanted with the meat you're carrying. Could you actually just quickly rescue Izumi? Just put her in a hospital bed with Dumbo here. Dumbo, you may never get up. We may finish all of this before you even wake up. Another 22 days until you actually get up at any point. So, I think we're out. There are EMP grenades. Where do those live? I'd like to have a few of those. That'd be alright if we had some of those. EMP grenades. Not in here. Okay, I can make a nuclear stomach, which is very... I'd love to have a nuclear stomach. We had Indian food last night. EMP shell. I got that. I understand that. Back suits, spikes. EMP grenades right there. There we go. Make, like, I don't know, 5 of those. And also make one of those EMP launchers. Let's get one of those cooking along. I'm pretty good on components. I can throw away a few components. Michelle, welcome, welcome, welcome. On the machining table. I misread that as on the marching table, which really just sent my brain into a bit of a spin. I'm not going to lie. Bit of a spin, Michelle. Bit of a spin. I said to myself, what's a marching table? Is it a table you march on? Is it a table that of itself marches? It has some sort of mobile legs? I need more coffee. One second. So the machining table is one thing. The marching table is a completely different other thing that I would like to address at some point in the future. Okay, let's leave. Hang on, did we deconstruct the thing? Yeah, we deconstructed it, and we've basically got all the bits out of there. I'm not worried if I walk away without 23 things of steel. I've got 8,000 right now. Excuse me one sec, guys. All right, let's leave. Let's just go. I don't need what's here. If for some reason I do, I can always come back. I don't know why that would happen, but I can always come back. So launch has begun. Everybody get in the ship. We're blowing out of here. We're not going to worry about the mechs. Yes, I'm very confident that I want to launch. Fail sleep. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad your face is being rocked off. Never change. Wow, it's going to take more than 2 hops to get over here. It's probably a 3-hop gig. Yeah, 1 to get here, 1 to get sort of in here-ish. Okay, let's just... This is going to be... We might not even be here for that long. Where's the tropical rainforest? Maybe. Maybe. I just need to kind of get here and get back out as soon as possible. So yeah, that'll work. That's somewhere to go. That's fine. Buzzkill, welcome, welcome. I can actually see you because I turned live chat on rather than just the top chat. Apparently you're not top. We're going to address that in a class action lawsuit. Then the class is you. The class is actually just you. You're the only action that will be taking place. There's my little ship going over there. Yeah, this is going to be a 2-hop gig. I should have checked how much chem fuel I had, because I bet the answer was not nearly as much as you think. I bet that was the answer to that question. I'm going to drink coffee while my ship gets ready to land here. There we go. Much better. All right. What do you got for me here, RimWorld? What's going on? I don't really care. We're not going to be here that long. Maybe long enough to set up a rice field. That's about all I plan on doing here. All right, what do we got? Very normal things. Any good stack of components or anything like that? Not immediately seeing anything that's jumping right out at me saying, go mine this. Actually, this is a pretty garbage map when you look at it. Okay, how about we just sort of plunk down here-ish, like that? Yeah, like that. Okay, confirm that landing zone. We'll set up a geothermal immediately, and then probably just do some light gardening while we're here. Probably just murders. We'll probably just murder a bunch of things while we're in the neighborhood. So go, yeah, everybody get landed. Everyone, all my tabs, click in, please. Thank you. There's my mechs. So power. We're not going to be here long. I'm not going to set up a lot of infrastructure. We're going to be here exactly as long as we need to be. No, try that again, Dave. You didn't actually do it the first time. There you go. That's more like it, kid. The abundance is acceptable. I've got some good growing area down here. So let's, yeah, again, we'll get some food going. There's no reason not to get no food at all going. So just give me a quick rice field down here. That'll grow nice and fast. And put in, again, rice. That's the word that came out of your mouth there, Dave. All right, that should get everyone something to do in the short term. We have got an abundance of food, that I can tell you. We have killed a lot of things. Lots, and including our own mastodons. We have, sadly, I have no more mastodons. Not one. I have a megavole with brain damage. And Barky the sea lion, and a few pandas. The underground panda market is not going nearly as well as I wanted it to be. But everything else is going broadly fine, apart from the complete absence of mastodons. It's a very sad time in this run. Wow, there's nothing in this map. This is... Okay, there's some components over there. We'll go get those. That'll give the team something to do. We're hanging out exactly as long as we need to get out of here. Let's address the chem fuel thing, Dave, because you haven't really done that, have you? Now, you haven't really addressed that. You said you were going to address that, and then not really so much, did you? Not really so much with that. How about we did something like, I don't know, build a little box in here to put a nice little biofuel reactor, whoozy McWhat's-it, and then we can actually get some biofuel going. All right, so we are definitely going to need to stay here long enough to at least do that. And put a conduit down here, too, while you're thinking about it. The tigers did work out better. You're not wrong about that, or at least they are working out better. I can't create any more tigers. That's my problem. Hang on, coffee. The slip up there was initially having too many tigers and then starting to neuter some of them. And now I have a finite number of tigers. I have no ability to create other tigers through the process of tiger biology. So all of that has not worked out well. But everything else was really, really good. Who's demanding age reversal right now? Grit. We will probably be here long enough to slam that out for you. So actually, hang on. Slam everything into pause mode right now. Cancel this, at least get one of them on the age reversal so they're not going to be whining the entire time. And then do like a little bit more of that. Okay, did I actually put a door in here or did I pretend I was putting a door in here? That's a wall. Put a door in there. I'm not sure if I put a door in there. I might have. I've done stranger things in my life. I've done stranger things this morning. I did, too. I'm not going to talk about it, but I definitely did. Okay, what else could we be doing in the meantime? We're working on the armor. We're working on some different weapons. Actually, the weapon shelf is looking pretty jacked. Visitors are popping by. I'm going to broadly ignore them. Is there anyone here who's not armed? Like anyone who's dropped their weapon? That's a constant thing that's going on. Paul, Izumi does not have anything. Izumi, why don't you go grab yourself a laser, kid? No, Izumi, oh, you're knocked out. Okay. Vetrov, you have a heavy SMG. Shield has the LMG. Missy, of course, armed with an LMG. Jefferson with the chain shotgun. Igor with the longsword. Okay. The Megavol is fully healed. Oh, my Megavol no longer has brain damage. That's mildly disconcerting. I was kind of getting used to that. Go get this laser, kid. Go grab yourself a laser there. My keyboard has no 26th letter. That's kind of fun. I like that. How are we doing down here? We're doing actually great. So let's start to put some things in. So put in the biofuel refinery. And put in your I don't want to be old thing. So put in an I don't want to be old machine over there. Great! Everything's going real well. How are we fixed for wood? We could definitely do with chopping down some trees. Again, it'll give the team something to do while we're just basically camping for a while. I don't mean camping like Oscar Wilde. I mean camping with like a tent and a campfire and that kind of thing. Although, if Oscar Wilde went camping, it would be very campy. That would be kind of fun. I would pay up to $5 American to watch a miniseries based around Oscar Wilde going camping. If you could take Truman Capote with him, I know the time frame doesn't really work out, but if Truman Capote could go camping with, okay, we're up to $7 US now. I would pay for this miniseries. Also, I have one tiny section of carpet that's not there, and that's really kind of frustrating me. Where is my Viridian carpet, please? No, don't bother auto-saving. I know what I'm doing. One Viridian carpet right there. Okay, make sure everything has shag carpeting, especially where the pandas are pooping. Okay, now what? He says optimistically. Apparently we did heavy bridges. Neat. No real reason for that. Is there anything that kills people that I haven't researched yet? Maybe some armor. I can't do the cataphract armor. No, not really. I'm kind of out of things to research. I don't need any of these things. These would just be taking up space. How about we just don't research anymore? I could actually dismantle the research room. I don't need any of these things. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. But I could dismantle the research room. That'll open up some free space. I could even just use it for basic storage. What is hiding in here? Why are we not allowing the heavy SMG? Maybe go ahead and allow that? That's a fun thing to allow. Hang on, coffee. Visitors are leaving. I probably should have taken them prisoner. Just because I need Igor. I need a blood bank for Igor. That's the... Actually, could I... Do you guys belong to somebody? You're of the League of G. Okay, do the League of G have any strong opinions about us? No. Oh, there they are. Neutral -3. If I captured a couple of your people, like Yak here, how... I'm not capturing him specifically for any sort of nefarious purposes, except to allow a teenager to bite him occasionally. I know that sounds weird when I say it out loud, but that would be the sole purpose. It wouldn't really be malicious. It would be practical. Let it slide for today. The kid can keep biting Dumbo for a while. That'll be okay. So just don't bother capturing them. That was a good idea in embryo, but I don't think we need to really enforce that. Somebody will raid us. We'll get somebody who comes by, like, hey, I would like to punch you in the face. And we're like, no, actually, we have lasers and several pandas. And then they'll be captured at some point. Chimerno, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is all going spectacularly well. Igor's doing great work. Rhodey's doing great work. You're going to tell me for a long time that I need a research project. Who else has tattered apparel? Thule, that's because of your armor, right? You're sad about your armor? Yeah, you're sad about your armor. The thing is, it's really good armor, Thule. It's, like, fantastically good armor. So maybe you could just, like, stop whining about things. That would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. I don't really need a research project, no matter how much you tell me that. Kind of think about breaking this down. That's an interesting idea I've just had. I check it one more time. Is there actually... That's not where you want to look. Is there actually anything in here I need? The worst case scenario would be that somebody comes by with a nice tech print. Like healing factors would be awesome. Now that I'm thinking about spending money, I know I check this every single time, but does anyone like me enough? The Broken Empire would probably send a trade convoy. I think, let's do this. Which one of you people is... Oh, Vetrov's the royalty now. Yeah, right. After the unfortunate but yet strangely cool passing of Knife. Sorry if you were like Knife's biggest fan, but Knife was kind of a pain in the neck, and now Knife is dead. Vetrov is better. Toxic Fallout. Yeah, hold that thought, game. Hold that thought. We're going to come back to that in a sec. Call the Empire. I'd like to see if we can get a trade convoy going over here, because they have all the goodies. What have I got here? 19 goodwill for a trade caravan. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, 1 Imperial Trader, please. Cool, we'll be here for a few days. Hang up the phone. Don't prank call them. Toxic Fallout, right. Right. Okay, Cloud of Toxic Fallout will blanket the area. A Persona Core I don't need. A skill trainer for 2 traits that I actually don't need that much. And Horror Doom, which is, it's Bliss Lobotomy. I love Bliss Lobotomy. Look, nobody loves giving lobotomies out more than me. But there's nothing here specifically that I need. Desperately. Those 2 skill trainers, again, are probably the least necessary traits that I need right now. If that was like, I don't know, for shooting or something, that'd be great. But no, I think we're just going to pass on that. The Toxic Fallout in and of itself would not be a huge deal because we're primarily living inside the ship. Oh, hang on, the thing is done. Who needed a problem? What was your problem? Grit. Why don't you pop yourself in the tube there? Yep, and enter that for a traversal. Thank you very much. I could actually get the second one going. I think I will. Build me a copy of this, please. Can I squeeze that in here? I did put another door in. Kind of. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? It's a bit awkward. Also start getting, like, lots and lots of chem fuel going. So make, I don't know, a bunch. Like, a whole lot of it. Just a whole heck of a lot of it. There we go. 20 of those. And then expand this. I know I could slam that thing right next to the other one, but, you know, I like things to look halfway decent when I'm done with them. I know it doesn't always look like that, but I do. So let's get this taken apart. Deconstruct all of... Oh, no, not that bit. All of that. That will take seconds. They'll have that done in no time because they have nothing else to do around here. Hang on, coffee. The last thing I wanted to think of, it's not the last thing at all, it's just the next thing I wanted to think of, is my airlock. Because this seems wrong. That doesn't seem right, does it? It seems like that is not airtight. Grit, can you breathe in space like this? Boy, that bugs me. That super, super bugs me, that corner doesn't work right. Yeah, I don't... Actually, it matches the other one. Okay, I'm going to try and ignore that. It won't happen, but I'm going to try and ignore that. I also don't need this classroom very much. Missy rarely goes to class. She's a bit of a truant, because she loves shooting things more. Why was I coming over here? Oh, yeah, my airlock. I feel like my airlock... Like, we've got to park this thing in basically the world's most perfect position to be able to use the airlock at all. Even though it might disrupt the flow of my ship, I might extend this out a little bit. I also want to put more turrets on this side, because this will obviously be the side that is facing whatever we're facing. Ooh, also, hey Dave, this would be a super cool time for, first of all, finish off that corner. Secondly, replace all of this with the hull, because it's got to be the hull, doesn't it, Dave? It's got to be the hull. So how about you actually put things together properly like a sensible spaceship? Put a corner in there for a start, and then start replacing all of this with the hull pieces, rather than the obsidian, which looked wicked cool, but not actually very space-worthy. So we're going to change that out. Oh, this is done. Cool. Go ahead and make me another one of these right here, and I'll slam Rhodey in there as well. No reason not to. We're going to be here for a few days, and we may as well just get these people vaguely happy about life. Bring this over here. I know I don't need to do this, but bring this over here and then down there. All right. Barky the sea lion is curled up with one of my 3 pandas. The megavole is apparently perfectly healed, even though I'm pretty sure it still has brain damage. You get shot in the brain. That is damage. Okay, Igor, just go bite the kid. Stop whining. Just go take it into your own hands to bite Dumbo. I wish I had a prisoner for you, but we don't. You're going to have to bite this kid. There you go. Mark of Steelism disrespected. Really? How so? What's the problem? Room area? All floored, no beds. Yup. No work facilities. Yeah, you're good, Chief. Oh, because we just opened up the wall. Okay, never mind. That will fix itself soonish, vaguely. Pen not enclosed. Yeah, no, it's all going to get taken care of, game. It's all going to be fine. The lizard will be fine. The pandas will be fine. Everything is going to be fine, game. It's just going to take a little time. All right, we're running around as best as we possibly can. Jefferson is frantically cleaning up things that arguably don't need to be cleaned up, except for the panda poop. Please, please, please clean that up. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, clean that up. We're working on the EMP grenades. Who's having a break risk now? Rhodey, I'm going to get you in, like, the tube super soon, kid. All right, I'm going to have you in a pod. You won't be sad about being old. Are you actually old? You're 37, kid. Do you know I would kill people to be 37 again? I would murder humans. Strangers, not anyone I like. I would murder people to be 37 again. That would be ideal, in fact. But you're going to whine about this. All right, you're going to whine about this. Cool. Well, we're going to have you in a pod real soon, kid. So don't even sweat it. You're fine. You're fine. We're making the biofuel. Have we filled the tanks? No, not even a tiny little bit. All right, so we're not going anywhere right now. Oh, who needs rescue today? Izumi? Would you stop falling over, please? Stop having food poisoning. You're interrupting the flow here. Paul's desperately working on something. A joy wire. I'll shove that in somebody. That'll perk you right up. Probably Rhodey. Where is literally anyone? Anyone at all? Is nobody here? What are you all doing? You all down here mining or something? No, we already did that bit. Okay. Petrov's here. Igor's there. Well, I'm going to have to interrupt Paul, and that's no good because... Oh, Rhodey's right here. Hang on, Rhodey. Where did Izumi go? Could you go quickly rescue Izumi? Oh, never mind. Barky the sea lion is going to do it. You've been rescued by a sea lion. Glenn, welcome. Good news, Glenn. Izumi has been rescued from peril by Barky the sea lion. It's a good day here in RimWorld. We are plowing right through this. We're going to hang out here until we can launch, and then we're moving on to the next bit. I am, as the kids say, full steam ahead. Oh, Rhodey's going to have a tantrum. I was literally about to put you in a pod. And here we go. You're beating up a wall. That's fine. Igor came right in and repaired it. He's just following you around. It's really kind of sad, Rhodey. The teenager is not having a tantrum and is picking up after you, the grown adult 37-year-old male, who is having a tantrum. Okay, well, joy wires for you then. Joy wires for Rhodey. Do you have one of those yet, by the way? No, I've given you a couple of kidneys, but no actual joy wire. Well, we'll get that taken care of. You don't even worry about that. I'm going to throw you in a pod real quick. That'll quiet you down for a while. Even if I did dismantle the research area, I mean, the best I'm going to do here is storage. I have unused bedrooms. It's not. I'm not really taking applications for any new colonists. This is pretty much it. This is the gang right here. Maybe Dumbo will wake up at some point. I mean, Dumbo will wake up. I'm going to wake up in 21 days. Will that be in time to do anything? I don't really know. Give it a shot. Rhodey's calmed down. Cool. I think your pod is done, kid. No, almost. Almost. Paul is putting everything back together here. Yeah, this is all broadly fine. We've got the hydroponics going. The Megavole and the Panda are eating that food. You know, and again, I am okay with that. That's fine. If that's where they want to get food, that's totally chill. And we can just pop it right back in. I'm not as worried about the animals eating all of our food anymore like I used to be. We've got plenty of it. In fact, speaking of which, we do have plenty of it. Could we maybe... How about we got... I see a lot of meat. Could we get some carnivore fine meals kicking along? Do until we have, I don't know, like 20 or something like that, if only to use up the meat. And bump that up a little bit. I've got plenty of simple meals. Psychite tea, we don't actually have any psychite right at this exact second. But meat, I got tons of that. In fact, you know what? Bump that up a little bit more. We got a lot of meat kicking along here. So how about we make that, say, 30? All right, make 30 carnivorous fine meals. And then let's keep murdering things, as we do. So what is in the area that would love to get eaten? Ooh, boars. I could try and tame a tiger or a panther. That seems like an excessive amount of work. I've got pandas. Somebody go kill a couple of boars. Hey, Rhodey, your pod's ready, dude. You can stop freaking out for a little bit. You can go get in the pod. Enjoy your pod time. Stop whining at me and breaking stuff. Rhodey, it's really sad that the teenager had better mental health than you did. Okay? And he's a vampire, too. I mean, the kid's just made to be listening to The Cure. But no, he was sensible. He went around and cleaned up after you. Rhodey, 37 years old, apparently too old for Rhodey, freaking out. Izumi, I see you're up again. Are you going to be falling over soon? Because I have concerns about that. You're recovering from your food poisoning. And you've got a mind screw and a joy wire. Wow, I am just twisting you one way and the other. One way and the other. Do peacocks taste like chicken? Yes, absolutely. Not sheep, though. They neither taste like sheep, nor indeed are they sheep. Okay, what would be a good next move? When can I leave, by the way? In theory, if I had the fuel. 1.4 days. And where am I now in relation to the planet? Actually, go back here. Show me my range. So, show that. All right, how close does that get us to the sweaty area? Oh, yeah, this might be several hops. We just got to keep bumping along here. This might be even 2 more hops after this. Okay, so as soon as we're done here, basically, as soon as we're fueled up and the team's out of the pods, then we're good. We're out. So Rhodey's in here 4 days, and Grit will be out in 2.8 days. So the best thing I can do now is keep working on the armor. Make sure Paul is 100% committed to crafting. Paul, I see you're not 100% committed. You're hunting a wild boar. Okay, you're kind of off task there, Paul. So we're gonna back that. Why are you hunting? Why aren't you? Oh, because your crafting is 2, not 1. We're gonna bump that up. Other people can do hunting, Paul. Don't worry about the murders. Worry about the crafting. What have you done, by the way? Because I've totally not been keeping track of you. Yeah, you're working on literally everything. Everybody's working on everything. Oh, I already have an EMP launcher queued up. We don't need 2. That seems excessive. Old enough to know better, young enough not to care. Yeah, 37 was a pretty good time. 38 was better. 38 was much, much better. That's when I met Mrs. Dave. So 38 was really good. 37 was pretty good, but not amazing. 38, very, very good. Speaking of which, speaking of Mrs. Dave, while I've got you here, and I can see you. There's 18 of you right in front of me. Technically 17 because I'm watching myself, and probably 16 because Mrs. Dave's probably watching at work. Or at least has her phone on in a drawer somewhere with me on it, which is really arguably how she should treat me. So, Igor, with the low hemogen, really? Okay, I'll see what I can do. While I have you here, Agent MOR, welcome. There will be, hang on, the traders here. Okay, remind me that I have something important to tell you in the near future. And there's another, and an exotic goods trader. Oh, the party just showed up. Who's doing what? Okay, you're a ship. So let me get Thule on that real quick. So go call those guys. And then where are the traders? Okay, they're coming in over here. Oh, it's bonus day for trading. Recharger full. I don't have a dump site for that. Need to leave my toxic waste wherever I go. What have I got? What have you got? You've got Glitter World Medicine, Yayo. Probably wouldn't be the worst idea for me to buy some Yayo, because that's what we need to make the go juice that Paul is genetically addicted to. Yeah, see, here's the thing. They do actually have tech prints for things I like. I'd love to have that healing factor thing. That'd be so handy going into the end game. I don't have a lot of money, though. All right, how can I make this up? I really want that healing factor's tech print. I don't really have a lot of things to sell you. Yeah, these guys have so many good things. A skill trainer for medical would be super good. How much is that? 1018. Okay. What if... have a ton of gold. All right, here's what we're going to do. Cancel this. Let me go trade with these guys, see if I can make up some money. I can sell these guys some stuff. But I really want that healing factor thing. That'd be super cool, neat, nifty, terrific. Get in there, Vetrov. Okay. Well, I can sell him a perfectly good Megavol. The panda prices are pretty good. Not going to lie about that. Those panda prices are solid. What? I could sell him 20 high explosive shells and then just make more. Okay, do that. There's 789 right there. What am I realistically going to do with 222 units of jade, except make statues out of it? I'd rather honestly just sell the jade. Now we're up to 1585. Now we're getting somewhere. 19 pieces of obsidian. Don't need it. Don't need this much uranium. How about I sold off 100 units? 100 units of uranium. All right? And then plasteel, unfortunately they don't have it, and I kind of need some of that. You have the tech print for skin hardening. That's another good one. Just not 100% sure if I already have that one. Shield core, probably can get rid of that. You can have a happy tree seed. I don't care squat about that. We're not going to worry about books right now. I think we're book heavy at the moment. You have just a flat out tough skin gland. I could just buy that off of you. Wouldn't even need to research it. Mark, welcome, welcome, welcome. And what else can I sell you? Marine armor? No, not selling you that. No, the vac suits I still need. Prestige helmet? No. A top hat. There you go. Buy a hat. And a mastodon wool ladies hat. Oh, definitely you can have that. And I also don't need 1,493 units of gold. How about I gave you like 200 units of gold? Now, you can't afford any of that. However, I could buy that tough skin gland right out of the gate. That's good. What was your tech print again? Skin hardening. I could technically get both of those. If I did that, and I know the goal here was to make money. It's not really working out. And then also bought this. 182 back to me. Okay? I'm going to accept that. And then we're going to swing right back over to Thule. I do need to still be reminded that I have something important to say. It's not actually important at all. It's just while I've got you guys here kind of thing. Call the artichoke solutions. I do have artichoke problems. It's good to have artichoke solutions. Now, what can I do with you guys? So how much gold will you buy? Because I've got a lot of it. So how about, you know what? How about I sold you 200 units of gold? All right, there's 1434 right there. You know what? Go nuts. Sell the... How much gold do you really need, Dave? Not much. How about 400 units of gold? That's 2868 back to me. What have you got? You got a love enhancer. Well, Igor's already got that. We don't need that. Aesthetic shaper, venom fags. Yeah, nothing's really screaming out to me there. This is the one I want, the healing factor. Okay, and I'm still in Prophet Town right now. I might just take that. Actually, some more plasteel. Can I get all your plasteel? Not as such. Not without selling you something else like, you know, some more gold. I don't need this much gold. I know for a fact I don't need this much gold. So 500, that's down 1631 to me. I know, math with Dave. It's a great time. It's really commerce with Dave. What else could I sell you? I've got a good amount of neutral amine. That's fine. I could shave a panda off. But no, as exciting as that was to say, and it was... that was super... I don't need bioferrite. You can have all of that. Not worth much, but you can have it. Reinforced barrel, no. Actually, how many of those do you really need? Just take the hit. Take the hit. That's good. You've got what you want to get there. All right, so more importantly, show me this. Who is my prime researcher these days? That's Thule again. Thule, could you please go apply that tech print sort of right now? That actually gives us something to do. There's an alpha thrumbo kicking around. Meh, I think that's okay. That's fine. That was a lot of gold I just gave up. That was a lot of gold. I still have 793 units of gold. All right, so we've done healing factors, so now I can actually research healing factors, because that's going to give me the coagulator and the healing enhancer. That thing is fantastic. So start researching that. Coffee, hang on. Thule's right into that. Perfect. And then I've got... What was the thing I just bought? I definitely just bought a thing. What did I buy? The tough skin gland, right. And I've got a joy wire kicking around. Who hates everything and would like to be tougher? Like maybe grit. Like, what have you got kicking around? The mech link. Okay, I could give you... Are you particularly miserable? No, you're actually pretty chill. I'm going to give you the tough skin gland. Yeah, that is definitely a thing I'm doing, right? Yes. Okay, put that in. And then go get yourself in bed there next to the kid. Grit, come here, come here, come here, come here. What, why are you not getting into bed? Grit, why are you sassing me? Don't sass me. Oh, you're in the tube. Sorry, Grit, I forgot about that. All right, we'll get back to that. And we won't sweat that too much. Oh, I need a toxic waste dump, because I always do. So let's just do a zone up here for... Come on, come on. Just toxic waste, so no chunks and no animal corpses in there. All right, you can put anything else in there that you like, but no animal corpse. Actually, no, you can't put anything else in there. That was a lie. Don't put mechs in there either. You can put entities and drones over there. That's totally fine. Okay, so when Grit gets out of the tube, we'll get the tough skin gland installed, and in the meantime, we'll research the healing factors, which will be awesome. And I've still got 700... I got like 800 units of gold. Advanced components, which is really all I'm using the gold for, don't take that much. Hey, there's another tech print in there. What is that for? Skin hardening. Oh, I already have that? Hey, Thule, can you wake up and apply that? I didn't know we had that kicking around. I must have bought that ages ago. Rhodey's in a tube. And Rhodey probably will get a joy wire. What? Oh, we did the skin hardening thing. Okay, cool. Rhodey will probably get a joy wire, because Rhodey has issues with life that need to be addressed. It's the psychite withdrawal more than anything. It's just we don't have any real capacity to... Thule, I know I just got you up. Could you go call those guys again? Just see if they've got any hardcore narcotics that I could just sort of get by on. They've got the yayo. I appreciate that. That is technically psychite. I could get him hooked on that. I'd rather have him just drinking tea if I'm on... Yeah, cancel. Sorry, never mind, Thule. I'm sorry I got you up. I'd rather just have them drinking the tea. I think I'll convert one or two more of these over to psychoid, just because we can keep the tea coming in as best we can. So yes, Crimson, thank you for alerting me to that. So next weekend there will be no live streams, neither Friday nor Saturday. So Mrs. Dave's birthday was yesterday, but we're not really doing anything for it, air quotes, until next Saturday, which means next Friday, for those of you who have been around for a while, is Dave Makes a Cake Day. Now we know from past experience that's 8 to 10 hours. Okay? When you're watching the baking shows and they bang out like a wedding cake in an hour and a half, that's a lie. All right? A cake for me is going to take 8 to 10 hours minimum to do this. And then I have to basically put it together the next day and do some stuff there. And, you know, that's like when the party is. So we probably won't be doing... I'm not really going to be in a position to do a live stream on Saturday because... you know, I want to be going to the party and whatnot. I don't want to run late. So, long story short, I'm going to need some extra time on Saturday when I get home from work to do like last-minute decorations and things, and then actually bring the cake over, etc., etc., etc. So, long story short, again, it's still not. It's neither long nor short. It's sort of a medium-sized story if you're listening carefully, which you're not. Is that there will be no live streams next weekend, neither Friday nor Saturday. I feel like I grind my own flour, Buzzkill. That's how long cakes take me. I feel like not only do I grind my own flour, I feel like I'm growing my own wheat, separating the wheat from the chaff, etc., etc. Who's breaking down now? Shield, don't make me throw a joy wire in you. Don't make me. Oh, yeah, you have a psychite dependency. Yeah, there's that go juice again. Boy, I probably should... Oh, the Shield's already having a tantrum. Shield's already freaking out. Okay, that's broadly fine. We'll learn to cope with that. And I don't know. Yeah, if you could not... Okay, thanks, Shield. Thanks. I kind of needed that. The Geniusosity is ready to launch again. Cool. When we get these guys out of the pods, we'll leave. If we've got enough chem fuel by then. All right, the tank is only half full. So yeah, if we could put this back together, team. Yeah, shield broke it. Alright, I need... What specific drugs do you need exactly? You need go juice. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I will, I'll try and put that together. I believe we're already trying to put that together. It's just we don't have any yayo. Yeah, we're really... I might need to convert all of these over. I think I will. Convert all of these to psychoid. Alright, forget food. We need drugs. Like any good drug addict, we're blowing off snacks in favor of more hardcore narcotics. Because everybody is apparently addicted to something in my colony. Can we get this back up and running, please? Yes, thank you. Make chem fuel from wood. Do it a whole bunch of times. A joy wire will help anyone. Anyone will be pleased to have a joy wire. However, it would also help if I just gave them some narcotics. So we'll work on doing that. What I need is like the shaman trader. They're the ones who've got the candy. They're the ones who've got the good stuff. But unfortunately, we don't have those. So more trees to be destroyed. And then I can leave basically whenever I want. How are we looking on food stocks? Yeah, I'd like to see some more meat in here. So go kill things. Boars, yeah, everyone loves a good bit of bacon. Maybe take out a few tortoises. Tortoisei? Tortoisisms? Tortoises? Okay, go get some of those dead. And we're already like halfway through the thingamajiggy there. So then we'll go into skin hardening. But yeah, some coagulators, some healing enhancers, any of those would be mega awesome. How are we on power, by the way? We're a little down. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get another geothermal going. I've got components. I can spare some components. Any local geothermals? Yeah, there's one over here. Okay, let's tap into that. I don't want to have, like, no batteries. So go into geothermal. I mean, I should just put up a tox generator. I mean, why not? I've destroyed the rest of the area. I may as well destroy that. But run that over to there and then down to there. All right, and that'll just top the batteries off nicely. Do we live stream the cake? No. No, it's a very chaotic process. You're saying to yourself, Total, you're saying to yourself, wow, that sounds like a million hits on YouTube. And you're probably right. And the problem, it's an 8 to 10 hour ordeal. All right, where we make a cake, and we primarily learned how much butter you can drop on the floor before slipping is guaranteed. Fun fact, it's much less than you think. You're thinking like a whole stick. I'm telling you, a couple of pats of butter and you're going down. So, we had geothermal closer to the base. Yeah, technically. Yeah, that's probably a vaguely smarter idea. That's what my viewers are for, vaguely smarter ideas than what I have. I mean, I may be a genius, hashtag geniusosity, but it doesn't mean I can't learn. That's what geniuses do. We learn from things. So put that instead in here, like that. Yeah, so we don't... You'd think I would live stream the thing. But first of all, I don't want to further confuse YouTube. I've spent a year confusing YouTube, so I'd rather not continue to do that. And also, it's sheer chaos. It's madness. I have a vague plan on how to do it more efficiently this year, but I'm still... See, every year I kind of have to keep topping myself, and it just gets getting more and more elaborate every single year. It's less about the cake. Anyone can make a cake that tastes vaguely okay. I'm not going for, like, pro-level cake flavor. I'm just going for something you put in your mouth and go, yeah, that was cake. Cool. It's the decoration and the structure, really, the engineering. It's not about the cake. It's about the engineering of the cake. I need structural guides for this. I have a plan that actually includes, like, needing to know structural engineering things to make sure this is working. What cake are you making? Cake-flavored cake, Ketonius. I do cake-flavored cake. I know this is not the British baking show. Okay, I'm not putting, like, I don't know, saffron and a catfish in there and making it work. I'm making cake-flavored cake that tastes like cake. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's more about the decoration. Every year I go more and more and more elaborate. Like year one, when I said, I'll make your cake this year, I just sort of went with a simple cake, and then it's just gotten into like this kitchen sink kind of thing. I know that a few years ago I made a cake that I actually needed an extra person to help me lift it. That's how heavy it is. Was. I mean, I don't know what else was in it, but I know there was a minimum of 5 to 10 pounds of sugar in it. So I actually needed help lifting it. It was a 2-man job. Chaos is always measured in Imperial. We don't do the metric thing around here. There's no reason for it. We had a perfectly good measurement system. Perfectly good. We didn't need to break it down into base tens. All right? I don't need to know what water is doing. That's usually the argument I get when I talk about metric versus Imperial, especially in terms of temperature. Fahrenheit versus... What do people call it? Celsius or centigrade? Or is it both? Is it either or? I've heard it either way, as Psych would say. I don't... The whole premise is that's when water freezes. That's why 0 is 0. I don't care when water is freezing. I care when I'm freezing. And 0 to 100 works way better for me. 0, wicked cold. 100, wicked hot. Anything in between, very easy to manage. 70, 50, 40. I can figure out where that is on the scale. But when you're saying it's 32 down to 0, well, what is 7? Is 7 good or bad? I don't know. I'm not going to go off on another Celsius thing, I swear. I'm going to cap it there and say it's very silly. 0 to 100. Look, metric folk, you're all about the base 10. Okay? You're all about, like, let's measure things in tens and hundreds and thousands. Okay, we have one. It's called Fahrenheit. All right, it's 0 to 100. It's such a simple system. You should love it. But no. You take your whole base 10 system and go base 10 except for measuring temperature, which is actually wicked important. Like, that's the most important thing I want to know. Is it cold out? Or is it hot out? I don't really care how far I'm walking. All right? I don't care how far away it is to the store or how heavy the store is in grams. I care, do I need a jacket or not? And you took your whole base 10 nonsense and then smashed it to pieces with the whole Celsius/centigrade thing. Now we're 0 to 32. Do I know what 7 is? No, I don't. No clue. No clue at all. And then it gets weird, because then there's a point where they kind of start meeting up. So I was texting Pench at the Geek Cover, because I'll shoehorn his name into anything, because we've had a brutal winter. We were down very, very, very far below 0. And I texted him that it was minus 20 out, and he had to convert it. And it basically was like almost the same thing. Like it was minus 20 either way you cut it. So yeah, another slam against Celsius/centigrade is that you're not even consistent. Okay, there's times when it's wildly off from Fahrenheit, and there's times when it's basically the same as Fahrenheit. You got to get your act together on that. All right, you got it. We're fine. We Fahrenheit folk, we're fine. I know exactly how warm it is right now. And the answer is not very much. Hang on, coffee. But you guys, you get down into -1. Well, is that wicked cold or is that like a little bit cold? All I know is that apparently water is frozen. Like, I care what water is doing. Why do I care what water is doing? Okay, I got to get back to work here. Missy's drawing on the floor, and that can't be allowed. Who are we still in tubes? Grit, how long are you still in a tube? Right now. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. That was great. Dr. Paul, you're my best doctor, right? Actually, Thule's my best doctor at 16. Okay, Thule, could you wake up and deal with this nonsense, please? And what are we going to do? We're going to drop a safety save, because what do we not do? We don't lose colonists to dice rolls. We definitely don't lose... Oh, advanced... I just made that go away, didn't I? I just made the entire game go away. Let me try that again. Hopefully this is still going to click in. Oh, that was fun. Let's try that one more time, shall we? Okay. Habit. That was total habit. So yeah, good thing I saved that, huh? That was a good catch. Now, is the live stream still going? Yes, it is. Okay, good. Sorry about that brief interruption there. So yeah, grit, and then we've got that ready to go. Perfect. You care if you want to go ice skating? I know if I can go ice skating. There's a pond about half a mile away. I can go look at it and go, yep, that's frozen. Or I just wait for kids to go on it and see if they fall through into the cold, unrelenting horrors below. That's a brief interruption, Mark. It's all covered. That was muscle memory is what that is. I record so much RimWorld. That was pure muscle memory to save and exit. It's just, I didn't even think of what I was doing. Igor, why don't you go bite that cat? You're asleep. I'll let you sleep, kid. Hey, Dumbo, when are you up? Because I do kind of need to keep biting you. I'm kind of hoping you're not going to get up soon. Thule, if this could go wicked well, that would be awesome of you. Okay, perfect. Grit, you now have, what did I put in you? The tough skin gland. All right, cool. So you got hardened skin. Yeah, that's pretty good. That plus the armor, that should do really, really well for you. And your only penalty is you're going to move slightly slower than you used to. All right, that's fair. Keep things moving a little bit faster here. Did we set up geothermal's almost done? Good, that'll keep the batteries topped off. And Rhodey, you're going to be out of here-ish. Got it. And then, oh, the fuel. The thing that we need to do the fuel here. Yes, I know, I'm losing power. It'll be fine. In moments, it's going to be fine. How are we doing on the tank? Yeah, we're just really not making fuel right now. So we're not going anywhere at the moment. Can you just finish this off? Thank you. All right, that should be the battery problem completely solved. Yeah, we're fine now. Okay, you're going off to hunt something. Let's hunt more things. Oh, alpacas. Everybody loves a good alpaca burger. There we go. Everybody loves one of them. And what else could I be putting in here? What else do I have here? Joy wire, right. Rhodey, are you still miserable about life? How would you like to not be? By putting a joy wire in your head. Everybody gets a joy wire these days. There you go, kid. All right, go sleep it off. I'm gonna try and get. Oh, I know you're in a tube, right? When you get up, go in there and get a joy wire in your head. And I'm gonna try in the meantime to put together some narcotics for you. Everything is devoted to narcotics right now, kid. Everyone licked the stream. It tastes like a spaceship. It does. It's a good-looking spaceship. A few more turrets, and this thing will be great. It's going to make my ship lopsided, though, because I am going to put the turrets over here, because that's where we're going to be entering and exiting. This, I would imagine, is going to be the deep, unrelenting, cold void of space. Don't really need turrets over there. But I can imagine when we land on the Mech Hive platform or whatever, our door is going to be facing the compound, and we're going to want to get all shooty in there. Another one right in there would actually be perfect. You get double firing there. Thule's already killing things. That kid just loves killing. Loves the slaughter. Yep, can't get enough of it. Shield, what are you doing? You're harvesting a bamboo tree. Okay, good. Good, do that. And how are we doing all the things I made? I noticed we made a lot of EMP grenades over here. What are you working on now? That's more EMP grenades. Okay, we might not need that many. Let's, when you're done with that, we'll suspend that one. Maybe work on the EMP launcher that Shield started. Yeah, I'm gonna temporarily suspend that. We can always come back to it. Why is there a laser down here? Is that Izumi's? Izumi, you dropped your laser again, kid. Could you go get the laser, please? I gave you the laser for a reason. It's because you love lasers. The kids love lasers. They do. The kids just love the old lasers. Alpaca's getting chopped up. Rice is coming in. And everyone's going to have a complete breakdown. Things seem to be going very, very well. You know what I need? I need, like, the space pod thing here and here. Because we're not selling those things when we talk to the space people. So get me the thing, the orbital trade beacon. I need one here, and then one here-ish. Because we had perfectly good mastodon tusks in there from all of my dead mastodons that I could have traded. But we didn't know that they were there. Because it didn't get on the beacon. Super. Alright, what can I do in the meantime? Oh, I said I didn't need the classroom. Missy, what are you learning right now? Vetroff, what are you teaching him? Mining. Missy, good thing. Learn that mining. You're already actually exceptionally good at mining. You love mining. You have a passion for mining. Okay, we probably don't need to do this, Vetroff. I could use another beacon in there, too. Vanilla Cooking Expand allows you to make cake on the rim. As we know, I can't mod this game. And that sounds great. I'd love to make cake. Well, actually, love is a strong word. It's an 8 to 10 hour ordeal of me being covered in flour and slipping on butter. Again, it would be 5 million hits on YouTube. Most of them from you guys laughing at me. It's an ordeal. So love is a broad term. I enjoy the finished product. Now, again, we know that I cannot mod RimWorld. Not during the live stream, because I am a prophet of RimWorld. Needlessly messianic, I know. But if I mod it, they will immediately announce new DLC, and then I have to start all over again because there's the modpocalypse. So, would love to, can't do that. David, welcome. A busy day in the ship. It is and it isn't. We're largely just refueling so we can keep working our way towards a sweaty lake. No, that's not a lie. We're actually working our way towards something that's very sweaty. What is it called? The Sweaty Henabarium. Okay, there's technically no lake there. There is a lake there. I lied about the no lake thing. I was right the first time. There's a lake right there. We're trying to get over there. That's going to take a couple of hops to do that. Because right above that is basically the end game to this entire project. Right above that is the mech hive. And I know people have come in and said, no, you're not ready for the mech hive. Don't do it. I'm like, I'm a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. I'll get it done. Andy, my favorite alcoholic chicken. Welcome. Has everyone got a spacesuit? They have either a spacesuit or armor that acts as a spacesuit. So whatever this is that they're wearing here, I forget what you guys are wearing. What is it again? The recon armor. That apparently acts as a spacesuit. They're allowed to go out in space like that. And probably what I'll do is what I did the last time, which is create a corridor with an oxygen thing in it so they can get from the compound without actually having to technically be in space. Yeah, see, there's that G League again. Thing is, I could use a couple of prisoners for blood purposes. Igor's getting real fussy about the no blood thing. There's only so many times I can keep getting him to eat this kid. Speaking of which, go eat that kid. I'm kind of thinking of a minor war crime in that I'd like to take perfectly innocent people prisoner. Oh, there's 3 of them, though. Boy, that would be a lot of blood, wouldn't it? That sure would be a lot of blood. Crow, bat, and iguana. Huh. That my Megavol, my brain damage Megavol just keeps getting up and down. The Megavol thing has not worked out. What will be the next adventure after this? I don't know. I mean, things just come to me, Crimson. Crimson, you know I don't have plans. I have projects, and I name them all very appropriately. But I don't really have plans. It's more sort of, I have visions, dangerous visions, and things just sort of come to me. I go, that's what we're doing now. I mean, we've been fortunate in that every time that I wrap something up, they have new DLC coming. For all I know, we're going to get to wrap this up, and they'll be like, hey, here's some new DLC. We've been doing that since Anomaly. We went from Anomaly right into Odyssey because of the timing. But I don't know. I really don't know what my next plan is. I assure you it will be wonderful and terrible to behold, much like an elf queen. But I don't know what it will be. It will be a stroke of genius, hashtag geniusosity. That I can assure you. It will be terribly exciting to watch. And probably pain-inducing from when you're slamming your head against a wall going, why is that working? Oh, Rhodey's up. Cool. You going right to bed so I can make you permanently happy? Yeah, you are. Hey, Thule, can you go ahead and operate on Rhodey? Now, this time we're going to try and drop a safety save without shutting the game down. I think that would be a nice idea. So that, but then nothing else. Okay, there we go. We've mastered it. I said I'm a genius. I didn't say I'm good at mechanics. All right, so Rhodey, this is going to cheer you up no end. Artificially, it must be said, but this is going to really cheer you up. There you go. You're permanently happy now. All right, 1 joy wire for you. It actually balances out just barely the fact that you're withdrawing from drugs. But it'll mellow you out, definitely. Oh, boy, Psychoid takes a long time. Low hemogen still. Boy, if I wanted to capture one of these guys, 75% chance. It's not that I want to annoy these people. It's just that I really need a blood bank. The kid is starving for blood over here. Just starving for blood. Team, could we just pop out here? Because I have a feeling when I try to arrest one, the other 2 are going to get remarkably fussy about that. Again, G League, whatever you're called, it's not that I specifically want to annoy you. It's just that I need the kid to have a blood bank. We'll arrest Bat here, 100% chance at Bat. And you know what, Missy, why don't you arrest Crow? That's only a 60% chance, probably because you're such a small child. He's not threatened. 75 on you. All right, you got. Oh yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't like that. They're like, hey, we don't like that. Just go shoot this guy, please. I got 1. That's good enough. I got 1. That's fine, and you're dead. Okay. That problem seems to have resolved itself. It was not a problem. I created that myself. Good news, Igor. Good news, Igor, first of all. We've got a blood bank for you. Alright, so let's immediately start blood farming you. You can bite him, you can hemogen farm him, you do whatever you want to do. Now, while I have you, Bat, you any good? You're not terrible. You're a pessimist and you're psychically hypersensitive. Those are not good traits. Not really good traits at all. You do have a broad range of skills, which is not bad, but not ideal. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the team entertained by at least converting you to what I think is Paul's religion. He showed up with it. Hang on, coffee. I tried to arrest all of them. They got really fussy about that and wanted to punch me in the face. Could somebody get this spear out of here, please? Yes, I know they're hostile. I captured one of their people. I'm not going to kill them or anything. They're going to be kept in relative comfort. I mean, apart from the blood feeding. Relative comfort. Oh, shield. Yeah, you can go off duty, kid. Thank you for chipping in there. Good job, man. Who's having a medical emergency? Oh, Bat. Why? Oh, yeah, because we bit you a lot. Yeah, sure. No, that's going to happen. That's kind of your function, man. You're here to get bitten. And to suck blood out of you and put them in bags. So apparently we just did that both at once. Oh, Igor's going to be thrilled. Igor's just going to be delighted about this. This is going to go great. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Yeah, see, these turrets here aren't really going to do anything unless I make this. Now, this is an interesting thought. I make this my new airlock. I think, you know what, while we're sitting here for a few days, because we don't have enough fuel, I'm going to mess around with that. Let's start deconstructing these. And then we're going to work on that as a new airlock. Because that's basically perfect airlock shape, frankly. Came out July 11th. Okay, so they are kind of, they're not really due. I don't know who is. Shield, what is your problem? Oh, you're having you're picking out on food. That's okay. Do that. That's cool. So let's start to put this together. So what do I need for that? I'm going to need some hull. Slam it into pause mode. Hull, door. Hull. And then I need one of them airlock the vac barrier. Okay, I need a vac barrier. I don't know, here, I guess. Put all of that together. And then give me some sort of door. So like just a steel door will be fine. Give me a steel door out there. We're going to see how all of this comes together. The One Lux Party. Okay, it's not the Party of Man Pork, and it's not the Manly Festival, so I don't really care. Nobody cares about that festival. It's not manly, and there's no pork. So we're simply unconcerned with that. Simply unconcerned with that. All right, that's going to be the new airlock, because that's actually got more turrets. And I could park a couple more turrets over there, which I think we're going to do. So park, get me back to Odyssey. Give me 2 more substructures here and here. I'm not taking the floodlights away, because that's the headlights for my ship, and I love that. I adore my headlights. They're fantastic. Everything about them is wonderful and true. And then I should probably put, because I have an oxygen thing down there, right? No, not that. An oxygen pump, which, by the way, doesn't actually need to be on right now. I should probably put one of those here. That seems sensible. So, give me an oxygen pump. Right, yeah, right there. That's perfect. These are already done, so give me copies of these. This makes more sense, because I can just park the ship like this. Oh, we've got a new panda. Oh, thank goodness. The underground panda market is plugging along very, very slowly. Let's do some more murders. How about that? We love doing that. Get all the peacocks out of here. No reason to have those kicking around. Nobody needs peacocks. Who's having a medical emergency? Oh, you. Yeah, no, it's because we keep draining your blood, kid. It's because we keep draining your blood. That's why you're having a medical emergency. But you get to sleep in a room with a panda. A baby panda. A panda cub, I think. How adorable is that? That's like the best prison ever. Oh, hang on. Panda love happening here. Panda love. More pandas going to be on the way. I got to find somebody to sell it. Oh, Panda 4 is already pregnant. Dang. You guys didn't waste any time, did you? Popped one out. Immediately got Irish twins here. That worked out fine. All right, well, the underground panda market is growing. I wish they were worth more money. I feel they should be. I feel there should be a lot more money in pandas than there arguably is. Let's do even more murders. Now that we're not doing the hydroponics for anything other than hardcore... Oh, chinchillas. Yeah, kill a... No, keep killing them. Keep killing chinchillas. Any minks? I'm never going to get my mink coat. There's monkeys, but no minks. It's a cobra. Probably don't try and kill that. No, let that go. We're gonna let that one slide. How'd we do up here with the new airlock? Okay. This is all done. Should put some nice floors in there. Let's make it pretty a little bit. How about just some nice wooden floors here and then into here. There we go. And you know what? Put them on the outside too. Make it look pretty around here. Wood floor, wood floor. Oh, and put a hull in here, by the way, because that was the whole point of me putting that tile there. Yeah, bang that in right there. Okay. So, when we land, and the airlock is pointed here, I've got 8 turrets pointed in this direction. I think that's an acceptable amount of firepower. In front of or above the airlock. Possibly. Could do that. I could do another line of them right here. That would be fairly straightforward to do. My thought process is, again, that we're going to land facing this way. So anything that comes out of the compound is just going to get rain of fire here. And they'll probably take some hits from these guys over here, too. Without too much danger to destroying other parts of this until they inevitably explode and blow open the walls of the church and suck all of us into the cold, heartless void of space. But, hey, you know, needs must. Also, we could turn this off. We don't need the oxygen right now. Got enough oxygen. Where are we at on? We can launch at any point. And we are vaguely filling up the tank. So what are we down to here? Yeah, 644 out of 750. Keep this coming if we're not already... Yeah, we're still doing that. Are we out of wood? No, we got tons of wood. These could be broken down, by the way. We don't need these anymore. So deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. No reason for those. So now the only complaints are the panda poop, which is understandable. And the fact that people have ratty armor on. We're working on better armor as best we can. How are we... I'd say, how are we doing on that? Did we finish that? No, it's over here. Yeah, there's unfinished armor over here. Paul, I really need you to stay on task. You're reading a book right now. Could you not? Could you actually prioritize, please? What are you building here? A component. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's just I'd like us working on other things. Yeah, how about we bump this up, Paul? How about we make this our super highest priority? Oh, a raid! Perfect! That's more prisoners. Bat, if I get more prisoners, I might think about releasing you. I'm probably not going to do that. All right, what do we got here? Oh, they're mechs. Never mind about they don't have blood. They don't have blood. Okay, we're not getting any blood out of these people. All right, they're just scythers. I think we can cope with scythers. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. There's not even that many of them. This is totally okay. He says optimistically this will be where everybody dies, clearly. But yeah, in the meantime, this will be fine. Yeah, they're definitely going to blow up and blow the airlock open. We'll cope. We'll cope. And you're like, how are you going to cope? This is a terrible idea. Like, Dave, why are you so terrible at RimWorld? I'm not. I'm a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. So what you will experience, what I will experience, is a resounding victory in a manner which I cannot fully understand. Hang on, I've got to deal with mechs here. What you will experience is a pounding headache when you are slamming your head against the table, screaming, why did that work? Nothing he just did should have worked. Why did this work for him? It's the same feeling I have when I was watching Penge at the Geek Cupboard play XCOM 2. Literally getting a headache because nothing that he did there should have worked. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in XCOM 2. I'm actually quite good at it. But nothing that he did should have worked. Shield, why are you moving so slow? What's your problem? Oh, is it the catastrophic drug withdrawal? What's your deal? Okay, yeah, I get that. I get that you have a jaw. Why are you... Is that making you move very, very slowly? Yeah, you're minus 50% on moving. All right, I gotta get you hooked up, kid. So... Again, going back to David's point about the exploding airlock, somehow that'll work in my favor. And it will be due to my extreme and, quite frankly, frightening levels of genius. Hashtag geniusosity. It all began with the infinite zombie generator, aka the date box. Hashtag trademark copyright the date box. Igor, do you want to get ready to do like vampire stuff? Because you're wicked cool at that. Okay, we're coming in. All right, why don't you long jump over here. We got Cursed Chugger in play too, so that's going to work out well. And then go in for this guy. Nope, he's dead. Go in for this guy. Because they're kind of useless at short range. Except not actually Scythers. They're pretty good at long range. Short range, rather. Why don't you jump back here, because this is not working. You just started Penja's XCOM and been enjoying the heck out of it. It's an amazing series. It never should have worked. Not one bit of that should have worked. Do you know how many times I messaged him saying, why did that work? Do you have even the slightest comprehension of how lucky you have been? Even the final... I won't give spoilers, in case you're catching up. It's a great series. Go and watch it, please. It's awesome. But even the final mission shouldn't have worked. So many lucky things happened, and he had no idea. He's just like, do. Oh, I'm playing the last mission. Isn't this interesting? And like nothing that you're doing there should have been happening. Like the game did things it's never done before. Do you know he got the Regicide achievement on his very first playthrough? Okay, Regicide. Killing one of the alien rulers the first time you meet it. I put hundreds of hours into this game. I've been playing it for years. I got that achievement about a month ago. That's how hard that achievement is, in my opinion. I'm sure there are professional XCOM people who are like, nah, dude, you can do that anytime. Igor, why don't you, again, you're out of long jumping. Okay. Oh, no, you've long jumped. Good for you, kid. Good for you. Cursed Chugger's having a good effect there. We're getting some stuns in. Rhodey's just vaguely showing up now. Why don't you just chill there, dude? Just chill there and shoot. All right. Igor, we'll hook you up in a bit. Okay. Raid's over. How banged up are you? It doesn't really matter. You're a vampire. You'll heal that off. Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're 100% fine. I should really get you hooked up with other limbs, because you've lost many of them. It's because you spent most of your childhood in a freezer. All right, everybody go back to work. I got to get the drug addicts hooked up here. Like, soon. Soon. Always just rattles along on games and seems to make them work. He doesn't even make them work. The game works for him. Zafaria. The game works for him. Okay, I watched him do things in XCOM 2 that never should have happened. Oh, well, I'm just going to bait the hunter into standing next to something that explodes and then make it explode. And I'm sitting there going, ha ha! Oh, you poor innocent lamb. That will never work. The hunter stays on the other side of the map and shoots you like a sniper. And then the hunter just wandered right next to the thing that explodes and he made it explode. That never should have worked. That never, ever should have worked. Hang on, somebody's down. It's probably Azumi. She's always down. No, it's S.H.I.E.L.D. It's probably the rampant drug addiction, isn't it? How bad are we getting here, kid? All right, yeah, I know about this. Yeah, I know you need Go Juice. I get this. I know you have a dependency for this. I gotta figure out some way to drum that up. Oh, yeah, there is still a mech. You're right. Huh. Well, no wonder S.H.I.E.L.D's down. Team, we've left one out here. I thought S.H.I.E.L.D's problem was the drug addiction, but no. Missy, you're right here. Can you also come out here? No, it wasn't that at all. It was the robots, you see. It was the robots that were the problem there. Missy's doing great work. God, that kid loves killing things. That kid's just born to butcher. There we go. Okay, right, team. Sorry about the missing one there. It'll all work out. Missy, you want to go get S.H.I.E.L.D., please? Just go rescue S.H.I.E.L.D., thank you. And is that another robot? No, that's Vetroff. Vetroff looks like a robot. You can see my mistake there. You can see my mistake. Okay, we'll put all that back together. That's no problem. And let's make sure we're getting all of these things, too, because there's really valuable stuff in here. So get all of that, and then I think we're... Oh, hi, guys. You're still here. Go about your business. Thank you. Looks like we've already moved a bunch of the mechs. I probably should have put some of the Psychoid in a really good area here. We might have been able to put some together. No, we're never doing distress signals. Nope. Nope, that's just a flesh mask that is not really going to give me any particularly good rewards. So no, we won't be doing that. Thank you very much. No, I incurred head injuries watching Penge play XCOM 2. That's the same sort of experience that people do when they watch me play RimWorld. Actually, once again, messaged Penge about that. I'm like, you think this is what people feel like when they watch me? Like, nothing I do should work, and yet it still all works out. because I'm a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. It's just, I can't help it. You know, Da Vinci didn't wake up and say, I'm going to plan to become a genius. Da Vinci just woke up and said, my God, I've drawn a helicopter. Isn't that interesting? I bet that'll work. Not for hundreds of years, but I bet that'll work. And it's what you got. Panther's hunting Missy. Oh, bad choice. Bad choice for you. Missy don't play. Yeah, Missy loves to kill. What is this? Oh, it's uranium. That's worth a lot of money. I can get that. So, team, tell you what, why don't you two go out? Jefferson, what are you going to have a mental breakdown about now? Yeah, Missy, if you can kind of come over here. I actually need a few more members, just in case. Missy should be fine with this, but just in case. Panther does move slightly faster than a small child. It's the extra legs is what it is. It's the extra legs. And the Panther's got 4 legs. Missy's only got the 2. Oh, yeah, Missy's getting bitten. All right, Missy, we're coming to vaguely rescue you, but you know what? You're going to be fine. Unless you get eaten, in which case you will not be fine. Oh, Missy's about to get eaten. Can somebody shoot that Panther, please? Thank you. Before Missy gets eaten. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Okay, everybody go off duty. Rhodey, just go back to bed or whatever it is you were doing. Jefferson, you really didn't help with that at all. And Thule, could you come get Missy, please? The kid just loves to kill. So let's just get her into bed. And obviously we'll eat the Panther. And we'll eat the pemmican. We'll eat all of this. Missy, why were you hauling pemmican? I didn't even know that we had that. Barky the sea lion doing great work down here. Great work. The mech did take out a turret, which is being repaired right now. That's what we got Constructobots for. Dealing with stuff that I don't feel like paying attention to. And frankly, the gang doesn't have anything else to be doing, so if there's stuff to be repaired, it will get repaired. They've got precious little else. We're really just relying on Paul to do the things that Paul needs to do, like making more armor. Jefferson frantically cleaning up. Frantically. Where are we at on the chem fuel here? Okay, I could do with some people working on that. Is there anyone who's kind of gotten off task here? Maybe some other people could be... Like Jefferson, you could do some crafting. It can't possibly take that much for you to make chem fuel. It's probably a very involved process. I wouldn't know how to do it, but you might be able to figure out, hey, there's a party. Unfortunately, not the party of Manpork, which is the best party, and will also get you killed. But not that party, a completely different party. Wow, we've got dead tortoise, dead peacock, dead panther. The panda's coming in. Wait, are we having the party in here? This is a very small room. It's basically a cupboard. Oh, no, we're having the party up here in the throne room. That makes a lot more sense. You're right. That makes way more sense. Vetrov, speaking of being royal, talk to me about your permissions again. Which ones do you have? Trooper Squad and Aerodrome Strike. All right. Boy, I'd love it. I wouldn't mind if you got a little teeny tiny bit more royal. And then maybe got like the Cataphract Squad or whatever the mid-range one is. Steven, thank you so much for coming by. We will definitely see you tomorrow, I can assure you. Well, I can't assure you. You might go do something else. I know I'll be here. Whether you're here is kind of up to you. I can't force you to be here. Much as I might like to. Not you personally, literally anyone. I need all the views I can get. But not you personally, but literally anyone. Again, anyone. I will take literally any views at this point. Just please God. So, putting all of that aside, Stephen, I hope we will see you tomorrow. Royal Tribute Collector's here. Well, I have a prisoner, but I need him as a blood bank. So, not really giving up. Who is starving? Why are you people being so fussy this close to the end game? Thule, I know, I wake you up constantly. I get it. Could you please feed Shield? And we're going to work on the narcotics, Shield. I assure you, we're working on the narcotics. Okay, they're 59% grown, and then we can make some Psychite tea and probably some Go Juice and that kind of thing. I would love if I got a Shaman Trader, because they got all the candy. And by candy, I mean freelance pharmaceuticals. And by freelance pharmaceuticals, I mean hardcore narcotics, because pretty much half of my colony is genetically dependent on drugs. It's not their fault. They were just born that way, but we're out of drugs. We don't have it. I'm getting so flagged for YouTube for this one. We just don't, let me just put the nail in the coffin. We just don't have enough drugs, and we need way more. Unless, thank you. Well, that is so nice. You're not late to the party. It is a fabulous entrance. You're not wrong. That's a very fabulous entrance, for me anyway. That'll probably go towards the cake. Honestly. So you're contributing to Mrs. Dave's cake there, because I'm going to need Well, we need a lot of ingredients, frankly. Thank you very much, Les. You guys are awesome. All of you guys are awesome. But thank you very much for that. And you're not late. You're exactly on time, like a Gandalf kind of thing. So, what was I? You know what? Don't even bother to ask what you were saying. It was probably something ridiculous. Rhodey's in a daze. Really? I wired your brain to be happy, and you're still giving me fuss. I need a shaman trader. I have no way of like magically getting one of those, but I really need a shaman trader. Nobody else is into us, right? Everyone else broadly hates us. Yeah, hostile. The G League hates us. Yeah, they should. I just captured one of their people for no reason other than to drain their blood. I could technically get the Broken Empire again because we're still allied, but they don't. The royals are strangely not into hardcore narcotics. You'd think they would be, being royal. Like, they're sitting around on a throne all day. You gotta do something to take your mind off of it. You'd think they'd be wicked into that, but no. I should have, when we landed, I should have just planted a whole bunch of psychoid right here. We'll do that on the next one. The next hop, where are we at on that, by the way? The tank is still not quite full. What's my range right now? On the next hop, I'll find somewhere to just plant a whole bunch of psychoid. Like, enough to get me through the rest of the game. So this will get me over to... Wow, it might even be another hop after this. I can get over to the edge here. I got to get over to the sweaty Henbarium, as indeed we all do in the fullness of time. We all end up there eventually. Boy, this is a lot of hops. Okay, so the next one, plan on going somewhere where I can just plant a whole bunch of psychoid. Tropical rainforest would do it. No pollution. Could get over there. Large hills, all good stuff. That's all good stuff. But I need freelance pharmaceuticals. More and more of my people are going down to the fact they're like, hey, I am actually genetically dependent on drugs, and I don't have any. So, like, I'm going to fall over, is really how this is all going down. And despite the hydroponics, we can't quite make them that quickly. Okay. How many people have dropped their weapons in the recent past? A minigun, Rhodey, you still got a Hellcat rifle, and you're psychotic. Perfect combination, I see. We're digging at the uranium ore, which is cool. You've got a laser, Betroff, heavy SMG. Yeah, this Shield, you've dropped your weapon at some point. I noticed there's a thing down here. Why don't you go get that? You can have your fine meal later when I feel like it. Missy, no weapon whatsoever. Unacceptable, kid. Unacceptable. Go get yourself a laser. You love lasers. Kids love lasers. And you've got the chain shotgun. I think we could do better than chain shotgun. I'm going to give you a heavy SMG instead. And of course, Igor's got his long sword because he's all about jumping around going, ooh, look at me, I'm a teenage vampire. I'm living out my Twilight fantasies here. And then stabbing people in the face. Torrential rain I can work with. That's fine. I have no problem. No, that's a sea lion. I don't know why we just clicked on a sea lion. I know Barky the sea lion. He's right there. Having a good old time. And he's trained for war. Trained to kill. Ooh, I should train my new pandas to kill. By the time we get to the end of the game, I might have an army of pandas. War pandas. To replace my Mastodon army. I think we can all agree that Mastodon army broke the game. You just march a bunch of Mastodons, and RimWorld just gives up. You know what? I do not have a raid that's going to cope with an army of Mastodons, but I've lost my last Mastodon. They served their purpose. Mastodons are dead, so we're not. Paul, could you not freak out? Yeah, I know about the Go Juice. I'm working on it, kid. I am working on it. I'm doing the very best I can. Just for having the conversation, this isn't one of those situations where I actually have some and I don't know it. Wow, that's a lot of words. Go. No, I don't have any Go Juice. Is that hyphenated? Are you going to make me do a hyphen? No. Okay. All right. So I do not, in fact, have any Go Juice at all. I am going to definitely super work on it. Paul's already having a tantrum. Neat. Cool. So what have we learned here, kids? I need narcotics. Not me personally, but the gang here needs narcotics. Now, we have done healing factors, which is great. I am once again down to... I don't really have anything to research here, do I? Oh, right, skin hardening. I still have that to pound through. Now, what can I make out of that? And where do they live? Is that in the big table or the little table? Coagulators and... There we go. Coagulators and healing enhancers. I mean, I can kind of draw a conclusion here, but what's the difference? This one's just going to stop you bleeding to death. which is very, very good. And the other one I'm going to assume is going to make you heal faster, which is also very, very good. Just which one do you want? Speed up wound healing. Okay, physical wounds. Yep, that's fine. I'm not worried about disease or mental health. I am, actually. I'm worried about a lot of mental health issues because that's where substance abuse would fall in, and that's what my crew is going through. But I'm not as worried about, it's going to be the physical problems. So either one of these would do the job. How about we just start making a few of these? Show me what the materials are for that. And you know what? We can actually take this grab light thing right off. Go away. I don't really need this right now. So we're working on marine armor. Cool. Components as we need them. Advanced components. And then more recon armor. That's fine. I'll keep all of those in play. How about we make, what's a coagulator? Plasteel and some advanced components. And exactly the same thing for that. I gotta feel, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Let's just make a bunch of stuff. Let's just make stuff and shove them in people. That sounded better in my head than when it came out of my mouth. But it's all for the good of the country. As they say, hashtag all for the good of the country. Defoliator ship. Oh, that's funsies. Yay. Yep, sure is. Oh, boy, it's one of you guys. Yeah, those guys. Hey, remember... Fun thing, guys. Fun thing, team. Remember when the traders came by? And I said, you know what I'll do? I'll just sell all of my high explosive shells. Because then I can make more. And I did that, remember? Oh, we have fun. Remember when I did that and I said I can make more? And then I didn't? So my mortars are useless at this point. Fun. Hey, you know what this would be great for? That I'm not really probably going to need in the near future would be an aerodrome strike. I do kind of need Missy to be healing up a little bit. How are you doing, kid? Oh, you're fine. Just shake it off, kid. You're 12. Where are you? Do you maybe want to go, rest until you're healed? Aren't you supposed to be doing that at all times, kid? Yeah. Why are you not doing that? Oh, also put out fires. That's, an important thing to do. I could fly away. You're not wrong. That's actually a sensible solution. The tanks are full enough. That's not a bad idea. I mean, really, the defoliator ship is not that big a deal. It's just going to kill the plant life, and I don't live here. I don't really care if it kills the plant life around here. So, yeah, do I really want to bother facing off against a Centurion? My pros are, I'd probably get some advanced components out of that, which would save me making them. But honestly, how much do I really need that? I just kind of need I would love it if the tanks were full. But apparently they're not. That's not going to happen. Oh, hang on. We might have just... Okay, 749 out of 750. That's good enough. That'll do the job for me. Why don't we deconstruct that real quick? And don't bother with this. We'll just make more when we go somewhere else. Just don't bother with anything. Just deconstruct everything, and then we're out. Rhodey just got out of his psychotic state, which is actually important before we launch, because if he was wandering outside, he wouldn't have joined in the fun. Basically, would have joined in the fun. Hang on one sec, guys. So I think Paul's ripping this nonsense down. Good deal. Because there will be 1 or 2 components in there that I'll want to sell. 4 components. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't miss that. Power will start to die, but there'll be enough that we can kind of get rolling here. I'm not worried if we miss a few pieces of steel. That's fine. If we could just maybe get those 2 components right there. Just those 2 components. Okay, is anyone local? Grit, you're not doing anything important. Why don't you go and get those 2 components? Just want to get those inside. Because no reason to walk away without them. There we go. Okay, good enough. I'm not going to bother with the other generator, Catonius. I'd rather keep the power as topped off as possible. I can live without those. So yes, let's go with Operation Makes This Somebody Else's Problem. Out we go. Bye. Good luck with your defoliator ship. Don't really care. Not my vegetation. Yes, I would like to launch. Okay, working our way further towards the sweaty hibernation. What's down here? Well, don't land... Actually, what is that? What do we got going on here? Tropical rainforest. Uh-huh. It's got a valley. How about, down here? What do we got going on? All right, no pollution. Large hills, slate and granite. Year-round growing. We'll take that. It's just anything that moves me in this direction is fine. There are a lot of pirate gangs around, but they haven't met Missy yet. So get this going. We'll land and just immediately kind of size up the situation real quick, and then we'll call it a day for there. We'll come back to more of it tomorrow. So don't anyone get comfy. We're going to jet soon. I got to go fold laundry. No, I do. It's like the thing I have to do. I also have to see if it's raining out, because if it's raining, I'm going to go get Mrs. Dave from work. But if it's not raining, she's perfectly capable of walking home like a sensible human being. Let's get ourselves landed here. I didn't realize it was gotten quite so late. Look at me having fun doing things and not knowing what time it is. What do we got? We got anything good? Hopefully. A lot of pirate gangs around there. That will be a bit of a problem. And also people we've probably annoyed. All right. Looks like we got some nice fertile soil right up. No, that's actually regular soil. Never mind. Do we have anything fertile? What's right here? There we go. Fertile soil right next to the ship. Geothermals. One way up there. Anything down here? This might be a slightly better spot. No. Okay, there's a geothermal over there. So is this all... Yeah, this is all fertile soil in here. We're just going to move here. Because I can tap into that geothermal right down there. This is also a little easier to defend. So yeah, pop that down there. Confirm that. And then we will wrap it up from there. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. Again, just quick hops. We're charging towards the end game. Charging, as they say, towards the end game. Okay, slam it into pause mode. Let's wrap up there, guys. We'll come back to more of this again tomorrow. Somebody will probably have to remind me we've done literally nothing. We literally just landed the ship. Nothing else has happened yet. But guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming by and doing this. I love doing this for you guys. I adore doing this. I look forward to this every single week, and you guys never, ever disappoint me. I come in, I have a fantastic time. Hopefully you guys have a mildly good time. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again. Goodbye.